Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. My name is Francine, and I'm here with my channel again after a little bit of a break, the Hermetic Herald. So what's funny is the Four of Swords is at the bottom as I'm shuffling. So it has been an interesting 4 days. What's interesting is that the Eight of Swords came out. So there's been a lot going on in the collective, a lot of energies that I've had to address and go through. Let me close my door really quick. Hold on. But yeah, I wanted to just say hi to you guys. I hope you're having a great week. I hope everything's been okay. It's been an interesting 4 days away, 5 days now since I did my last video. I feel like there was a need for pause because I always want to make sure that my energy is up for whatever I see in these readings for celebrities and also for the collective. I feel like it's worth me spending the time that I need getting things together because I have a lot going on right now. So if you guys ever think of me, please pray for smooth travels for a lot of things that are happening and transitioning. I'm not moving physically yet. I'm just preparing. And as you know, that takes a lot out of a person. So any positive vibes, anything like that is returned tenfold. So I want to just thank you guys for being here. If you're new, thank you guys so much for checking this video out. We're going to be doing a reading on Nicki Minaj. Okay, I'm going to be touching base on her energy. I had a really lovely subscriber, a viewer, friend, individual talk about Nicki Minaj to me a little bit ago, and I feel like Nicki Minaj is a very big, just like all the other celebrities that I talk about, there's a lot to unpack with her. I really don't like just doing a quick reading on her. I feel like this is going to be an in-depth reading. We're going to see what comes through as much as my body can energetically allow me to. I want to touch base with who she is as a person, her archetype, what she truly is, and what she likes to present or project to the public. What can we learn about her? What can we expect coming through for her in the future? What can we look forward to with regards to her career path, her trajectory here? So we're going to go into that. But first, I had a card that wanted to come through, and that was the Magician. Okay, so we have the Magician energy coming out already for Nicki Minaj. The Magician is someone who's able to take a number of tools in their arsenal and use it to benefit them and to make something, I'm hearing, to create for the greater good. There's something about her creating something, manifesting, putting things together, and getting to work with people in a way that it brings about something greater. So she's all about getting things done to fulfill a greater need and purpose. So bottom of the deck is the Three of Cups, as we just saw earlier, Nine of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords. She's very individualistic. I think most people would agree that in society, there's a level of individuality in specifically Western culture, more so in America, I would say. So I feel as though there's this energy coming through in this room of Nicki being someone who's willing to do what it takes to work with people. She really loves harmony. She loves working with people and of getting to know people. She loves resonating with people and not having to be the same, mind you, but feeling like she can bring some similarities to the table and also bring some differences, and that other people can celebrate those things together with her. But I feel like she is very individualistic. She's very into kind of making sure that she's okay first and foremost, like that she is good with her her empire, what she creates, that she's making sure that she's doing something on her own independently and not depending on someone for that gain, for the riches that are coming through for her. So she's coming through with a very interesting energy. She has I'm hearing a healthy countenance about her, where she loves to be bright, shining. She loves to be sweet. She loves to be joyful. She loves to just run through, like, just talk to people and have just this lightness to her energy. But there is the Seven of Swords coming through, which is the energy also of sneakiness, but also of deception. Okay, so there's some things that she just won't tell you. There's some things that she will just reserve for herself. We would think all people are like that, but I think they want us to know and to understand that specific thing about her. And what I want to do, guys, is I want to actually get my I have a deck here that I want to use. So I think I might have to just get that really quick. Alright, so I am back again. Let's get this archetype deck out. Because if we're going to talk about archetypes for Nicki, right, we got to take out the archetype deck. I put all my stuff away as I'm looking at properties and such. So you're going to notice that I'm unpacking a lot of things. It's totally fine. Energetically, it's time to use these decks here. So for her reading, we're going to do that. And as I was taking out that deck, I heard beginner. I feel like she's always feeling like a beginner. And I feel like she has some humility when it comes to her craft, because I feel like she's willing to learn and she's willing to understand like other parts, newer ways of doing things, like newer modalities, like kind of keeping up with the times. She has a way about her where she feels like a beginner, specifically that's coming through. I don't know, something about her appearance, because I'm hearing, look, a beginner, like, you know, when you stare at someone and you point at them like a child would point at someone. I'm getting that. So maybe she has some insecurity surrounding beginning something. There's something about that coming through, but it's serendipitous for her. Nicki, I'm getting a name, starts with an A. It could be her original name. What's her, let me look it up. What is Nicki Minaj's name? Like, because I'm getting A-N, so O-N-I-K-A, Onika. I was getting like Annika, so I don't know if she pronounces it like Annika, and that's why I'm getting an A in my mind. Okay, we have 3 cards coming through for her already. Let's just look at this energy and then go into specifics. We have poised, or the question why, along with poised. When I see these 2 cards, we have number 48 and number 31. So I'm almost feeling like an age range. I feel like she's trying to, I'm hearing accumulate a number of lessons learned in her past. And she's trying to like look at her new, like she's looking at her future and her trajectory with like this new perspective. When it comes to age, I feel like she has a very unique way of looking at it. I feel almost like she doesn't see it as like a death sentence to be older. I feel like she finds it as like a beginning, a new beginning. I feel like she's constantly having these moments where she's poised, where she tries to understand, why do I have to be a certain way at this age range? Why do I have to fit in with every 30-something-year-old or younger? Why do I have to be like them? Why don't I set the bar and I do something different for the age that I'm in? Okay, she's all about trying to she's trying to go past boundaries or set beliefs about people and age. Something about her age and how she feels about her age is significant. We have the fates. So she's healing some aspect of how she sees herself and how she sees herself in her ripe age is what I'm hearing. She's very ripe for new beginnings. She's going to have a number of new beginnings coming into her life and her sphere. Her information is coming through rapidly, and it's hard to like catch it. So I feel like that's how she feels about her life right now. I feel like this card is for her. So in reality, this is what Nicki is, okay? She's a guide. She's coming in with the guide archetype, strong energy here. Guides are representative of the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. She's a guide to many. I feel like she physically is a guide, as we obviously have seen with other people in the industry, but I also feel like she is a guide spiritually. There's another one here that wants to come through. A guide, and I'm hearing opinionated. She's quite opinionated, and look what we're getting, guys, artist. So she's quite the opinionated artist, and I'm hearing bumblebee. I don't know if she has any term, like someone calls her a bumblebee, or she's been told that she's like a bumblebee, but she has this very bright personality, very bubbly, but there's something about her aura. And I heard like dingy, like someone's tried to affect her aura in a way where they made her feel as though she may be like too old for people or not enough for people in some form or fashion, and like trying to minimize her influence, her capacity to influence people in a greater way. Old energy, some old energy surrounding Nicki is really messing with her energy, because I'm just getting like a tinge of old coming in, and what I feel from her is new. So she's very young as an energy. I see that as being something that she's had as a roadblock, and I'm seeing that it's 11:11 p.m. right now as I'm doing this. So something about roadblocks with people not being able to open up to the new and being very closed off. We have Prince. These three cards that we got here, the guide archetype, the artist, who is someone who expresses a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses. Those are her, like, that's her actual identity. We also have the Prince, romantic charm and potential for power. So she has this romantic charm with people. She has a way of getting you under her spell in some way, like her aura. There's something about her aura doing the work. It's not like she has to do any spell casting. I feel as though she may do that, but it's coming from a place of like, she has a natural charismatic energy to her that literally like draws people in, and I'm seeing a fly trap. And I'm seeing, interesting, look at the bottom of the deck, femme fatale. She's a femme fatale energy coming through, as well as a Midas miser and a trickster. Very, very, she's like an optical illusion, guys. She literally, she tries to show you what she wants you to see, hence the Seven of Swords that we had earlier. She shows you what she wants you to see, and it all benefits her in the long run. I don't know. And then we have hedonist and mother coming through. So I feel like she's growing a lot in her, it's like growing a lot as a mother. I think she needed to become a mother in her trajectory in order for her to address some of the softer energies that she can embody, or that she does embody. But I almost feel like she's like way beyond that. So she's already kind of learned a lot of things with regards to motherhood, and there's a lot more that she has to give. Something about her in her 50s is significant. So that's coming, that's a little bit away, but that's happening. Something about her 50s. As I looked up her name here on the computer, I'm seeing that she was born December 8th. So her birthday's coming up, 1982. So she is how old? That would make her, wow, she's turning 41 this year. Yeah, so she's 41. So I feel as though something big is going to happen for her in 10 years. I was getting 56, 59. So between those age ranges, there's going to be something big coming in for her. Serendipitous. Something serendipitous. I'm getting this boring energy coming through in this reading. I don't know why. Something around her is really stagnant. I don't like it. Very boring. I feel like she holds back from sharing certain aspects of her life because she doesn't want the boringness of some energy of some person or some group of people to affect her life. So she holds back. She's holding back from some people. What would you like to say about Nicki's current, like Nicki's blueprint, her archetypes that we got here with the Prince, the artist? Interesting, I'm hearing the flashlight. I feel like she's a flashlight for the industry, the music industry. I feel like she literally is shining a light on people, but as quickly as she shines a light, she says, I'm out. She's not sticking, energetically, she's not sticking in this reading. She's literally just shifting. She's such a very quick energy. She shifts a lot, and I'm feeling like I can't really get a good picture before she turns into another picture. Does that make sense? She's like shifting a lot. She's very quick with her words, as we know as a lyricist. I feel like they want us to know that integrally she's a very good speaker. Something about her Gemini placements are significant. We also have the Ace of Cups. She speaks her mind. She's very emotionally, I'm hearing balanced in some way. What's interesting is, as I said, she was emotionally balanced, right? I got the Five of Wands sideways, and I got the Devil sideways. She's constantly fighting oppression, fighting battles with oppressive energies, constantly. She's giving me Isis vibes. What I mean by that is not Isis the organization, but Isis the goddess. Isis, it's like the mother, the like very like nurturing energy. And I saw 1515. I feel like she's nurtured a lot of people that were in very dire circumstances and situations, like in their life, very karmic, traumatic and experiences. I feel like she's really good with helping people in traumatic situations, energetically speaking. And I don't know what she's been through specifically, but she might have been. I'm just getting like this oppressor energy being like males. With the King of Wands energy, typically the Wands can denote someone that's like of a certain culture. I feel like ethnically, like black men specifically. Something about her always having to protect herself against black men in the community, feeling like she has an upper hand, and that she always has to find a way to trick or to beguile or to elude a group of men. A very difficult energy though. She's had a hard time with men in her life. I'm seeing like father figures and also like brothers and cousins and male energy, like something about the male energy having to come through a lot of karmic retribution and balance with them, because I feel as though she wanted to always remain separate, but she also adopted a lot of their mentalities and ways of living. So like I feel like she has a very masculine energy about her when it comes to her focus on her craft. I feel like the Nine of Pentacles follows her. She's a Nine of Pentacles person. Virgo energy too. She's really serious about what she creates. If it doesn't work, if what she creates doesn't work, she separates from whatever is causing her pain, causing her harm, causing her distress. She tends to go through like big turning points in her life. She went through a really big turning point at 18, because I keep getting that number coming to my mind, and 26. And we have the Six of Cups. She had a number of soulmate connections that came in for her with regards to her life so far. 26 was really significant, really big, impactful soulmate relationships, soul contracts that needed to be addressed. And she had a lot of work. She hit the ground running is what my spirit team is saying. Hit the ground running with regards to work. And I feel like her like career really picked up at that time, and she was focusing on like transitioning. It was a lot for her at 26. Something about that is coming through. Spirit, what else are you trying to say? The initial energy that she experienced was mostly male dominated. We have the Emperor coming through. They're trying to tell me something about the male energy and the male gaze. Like she has some karma surrounding males and fighting them, like attacking or trying to pitch. I'm hearing pitchfork. She might have been like targeted by men a lot in past lives as well, and I feel like she's a warrior type energy where she tried to level out the playing field or bring balance or start a new cycle. She's all about taking the masculine energy, right? Because we all have both, but it's something about toxic masculine energies, fighting against it and coming into balance. Trying to show people that balance is necessary and that it can come in the form of a woman. Something like that is coming through. I don't know why I heard Kels, Travis Kels. So something about him, his energy is significant. It doesn't mean that they know each other, but something about his energy came through. I feel like he embodies some form of masculinity that she addresses in other forms, like in other people specifically. Like it's like old-fashioned energy coming through. I don't think she does very well with that energy a lot. Spirit, what is it about her intrinsic energy that we need to look out for or understand? Like, what is it about her intrinsic energy as the prince, as the artist, as the guide, a guide for people? What is it about her that we need to understand? So they're trying to say that the Five of Pentacles is she came out of a lot of torture, a lot of difficulties, a lot of deprivation in some way. She had to make her own way. She literally had to fight for her own way. And there's something about Jupiter, like Jupiter energy. I don't know what her Jupiter is. If you guys know, please list it in the comments below. Her Jupiter is significant. Something about her Jupiter. And we have, like, I'm hearing Saturn. Her Saturn return was really impactful for her, as you would expect, right? But something about her Saturn return happening and coinciding with something very big. Ace of Swords. She came in at the right time. Perfect timing. Look at that, the Empress. Time did not fail her is what I'm hearing from her spirit team. Time did not fail her. When she came into the game, into the industry, that was the perfect time. Because no one seen anything like her. 5 of Pentacles and then the Wheel of Fortune. No one knew what to expect with her. No one saw her coming. Which was a great opportune time for her to become the Empress here. Clarity. We have at the bottom of the deck the 5 of Wands, which is about fighting against principalities, certain perceptions people had in the industry, and we have the Devil again, and the 8 of Swords, fighting through a lot of like people that tried to tell her something different about herself, that tried to define her in some way, and they tried to put her in like a line. I'm hearing a line. I'm getting the 10 of Wands energy. Someone tried to get her into line, like they tried to make her and form her into someone else, and it didn't affect her is what her spirit team is saying. And we have the Moon, secrets, hidden wisdom. Yeah, there's more to this. Let's get into the situation at hand. With regards to her archetype spirit, what would you like to say? Okay. We have judication coming through. Okay, this is typically about either karmic retribution, about court case. It could be a specific court case, but it's about coming to terms with a ruling. Okay, number 30. Interesting. We have sudden wealth. And then we have mature man. So there's some mature man here in her life, or just the understanding of men in general, where she had to always fight and butt heads with them in order to aspire to be more. And I'm hearing the last name Alordy. I don't know why yet. 325, 325. Judication, sudden wealth, mature man, journey. Yeah, so she brought and contributed so much to the industry, as I feel like a lot of people already know. What don't we know? Unexpected income is coming in. So there's something about unexpected income, but I feel like it's trying to say someone gave her some money. Interesting. Thief and unexpected income in family room. Okay. Interesting. When I see the 3 cards, unexpected income, thief, and family room, something was stolen from her family. So I feel like when she started in the industry, there was a reason, or there was some event that occurred that actually set her on the trajectory of becoming a star, and it had to do with someone righting their wrongs to her family. This could be an energetic exchange that she had with someone, where a family member took something from her, or someone else took something from her family, and karmically she was given this opportunity. Privileged lady, house, and official person. She became the official person to help her family in some way with their debts. And I feel like she brought the money to her family, and I feel like rapping to her was a means to regain something that was lost from people taking this from her family for so many. I'm hearing generations. This is not just one generation, community. There's something about her coming into a reality with her bloodline, and with how she has been through a lot of turbulent energies with the masculine, with like male energy. And when she addressed that in this life, she was awarded so much and she was able to then help and assist her family. This is something that's been ongoing. This is something that's been happening for quite some time with the community card, male, female, and distant horizons. Tranquility is hers. I'm hearing tranquility is hers. My guides are saying that. So she will find peace and rest in her home life. I feel like she'll have like a strong friendship with her current father, like the person that she's having a child with. But I almost feel like something's gonna happen between those two. With regards to her like energy as the artist, as the guide, leading people, she's led her family across a very big divide. So there's something about a great divide between masculine energies and males in her family, and also about her guiding people presently in her, with her career path. I feel like the men are being taught a big lesson through her life. Okay, what was stolen is going to be returned tenfold. Okay. Interesting. We're starting out this reading very interestingly. Okay, let's keep it going. I feel this card is like really trying to call to me, which is the Distant Horizons card. I feel like something's going to happen for her very soon. What is going to happen for Nicki? What do you want to tell me? Lovers. Lovers came out. What's happening really soon for Nicki that we can look forward to? Thief. Okay. What can we expect with Nicki, Spirit? Message. So something about her relationship ending. Okay. There's something about her relationship ending, or her feeling imprisoned by the relationship in some way. What would you like to say about Nicki's current relationship? I just want to understand. What would you like to say about, oh wow, bottom of the deck is not for you. And then we have TikTok. Wow, so this relationship is on a timer. Got it. They're mending some things within their relationship. Just because they won't be like together long term doesn't mean that it has to be like a really bad split. It could just be that they just don't resonate with each other anymore, and they're going to take care of their duties as parents to their children, to either their child or children. I believe it's just one child. But I'm getting TikTok. Time is of the essence with this relationship. Something is going to shift, and it seems like it's going to be ending. I'm hearing untimely end. So I'm not sure if one of them, like if her current husband's going to end up being imprisoned, and that's what's going to end the relationship. But something like that is coming through. That's coming up for her current energy here. What healing message do you have for Nicki in this moment in time based on her current archetypes? Of being a guide to people, of being an artist, but also of being a prince. What does she have to impart? We have struggle. So she's healing and going through some uphill battles. I feel like she recognized some things in her relationship with her current husband. And I feel like she took the time that she spent with him to understand herself and to understand like what was unfolding for her, because I feel like she went through a big gestational period, apart from her children, of course, like, or her child. I don't know how many children she has, more than one. But there's something here about her like needing to take it a step at a time. When she fell in love with him, when she felt drawn to him, like figuring out what is it about him that I really like, what is it about him that draws me in, and that really what is it that I resonate with. And I feel like she needed to take that a step at a time in order to grow, and I feel like she's done with that now. She's going to be done with it very soon. I'm hearing 19, so it could be on the 19th of a month, I'm not sure. But the number 19 is significant. When you think of 1 and 9, it's 10. Completion. So she's completing a cycle with him. And look at that, guys. New beginnings, number 2. And we have burden. So she's going to be lifting a big burden with regards to this guy. Sacred space. She's creating sacred space for herself again, like taking time to herself. She's probably not spending as much time as she could with him, because I feel like his masculine... She's healing or helping him heal his masculine energy as well. I feel like she's a godsend to him as well. I feel like he had to learn some things about feminine energy and how versatile it can be and how resilient it can be. Feel this card. Despair. I feel like he's going to be really upset about losing her. I think he's going to regret that. And he might try to get back with her, but I don't see her getting back with him after this happens. I'm just giving you guys a picture in the future. At least from this trajectory, free will is always at play. But that's my message on that one so far. Let's keep going. How do people perceive her? Let's go into how people perceive Nicki, because what we're getting from her is a very versatile energy, and I feel like people tend to box. Not everyone, but some people box people in, and we want to see what they box her in with. So we're going to keep this overall energy of who she is. Let's keep going. Spirit. Interesting. She likes to move forward. She likes to keep moving a lot. She kind of keeps going forward even when you try to hold her back. And I'm getting a visual of like if she were trying to go somewhere and someone decided, like a bodyguard came between her and someone else, she would look through and be like, no, I'm gonna get over there. I'm gonna get over there. She's not really focused on like letting anything hold her back. She battles a lot. Even if she's not physically battling people, like hitting or fighting, like any of the petty stuff. I feel like something about petty is coming through. Judgment. She's always willing to speak her truth, and she's willing to also go past a lot of like boundaries. Like it's not like a bad thing. It's more like she likes to go past how you perceive her. She doesn't like you thinking that you know her. You don't truly know all of her yet. I don't think you can, really. I feel like she's always like kind of like evading people. She runs from you trying to figure it all out. I'm hearing substantial power. She has substantial power. So what is the way that, how do people perceive her, Spirit? How do people perceive her in the media? Okay. How do people perceive Nicki? Alright. Let's go with two more. How do people perceive Nicki right now? We're going to look at this so that we understand why. Okay. So we got it. Okay, good. We have, first card is how people perceive her as death. When I see the death card, it comes through sometimes in a different light every time I see it. When I perceive and see this message, see this card, I see that the people at large around her think that she's dead and gone. Like she is old, she's old news. We have the Lovers coming through, but they love her in some way. It's like, oh yeah, we just love thinking about Nicki. We love thinking about what she's created, what she's done. It's nostalgic to think of her music for a lot of people, actually. People see her as an important and impactful part in the music industry, but I'm hearing in the ecosystem. Like people see her as a huge force. So people see her as a huge force in a great way, but I also feel like some people think she's like a thing of the past. Because for some reason in this reading, I'm seeing Adam and Eve, and I'm thinking of like how this is a story that is told from the beginning of time, right? Or the beginning of humanity. So there's something about like people thinking this is just like a part of or an object of adversity and of the past. Like it's something of the past to kind of keep, you just kind of overlook it. That's coming through. So there's two different viewpoints that I'm already getting for these two cards. What is the third card, Spirit? Temperance. Look at all the major arcana. We have 3 out of 3 so far. That's major arcana. Temperance. They feel like she's a very fun energy, and she helped balance out I'm hearing balance out the economy. I'm getting a very economical viewpoint from the people around her. It's like they think that she's very beneficial to the game, to the industry at large. They think that she's a very close companion, because she seems to be like, when I think of Adam and Eve, like a blueprint for other people and other artists. But I also feel like she just she has some hard ride or die people in her corner too that are interjecting in this reading. She keeps things light too. So they're trying to tell me that she's like lighthearted. People perceive her as being lighthearted as well. Fun. What else, Spirit? We have the Page of Pentacles. She's also like, I'm hearing a child at heart. Some people think she's really young at heart, that she's like focused on her career. But what's interesting is it's not the Queen of Pentacles or the King of Pentacles, which denotes like a lot of riches. People are perceiving her as the Page of Pentacles, which is someone who's just started, or someone who hasn't achieved truly all of what she could have achieved. And for some reason, the idea of family and the idea of like having a child, some people truly think that she missed out because she had a child, because she settled down for some reason. That's coming through. So someone here maybe even thinks that. I'm not sure. There's just the energy of people, a group of people, substantial if I'm mentioning them, that feel like she started off real hot and doing a lot of great things, and then she kind of like cooled down really fast, or she didn't really get to the fullest of her potential, something like that. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like a lot of people see her as going and like trying to get out there again. I feel like some people are really seeing her as like older though, and seeing her as like someone who's like an opportunist, who's trying to find things, find gigs, find ways to relate to people. What's interesting is I need to clarify this Ace of Pentacles here. A lot of people just see her as being willing to do what makes her money, but there's something specific about this Ace of Pentacles coming through. Why is the Ace of Pentacles coming through? I'm hearing the Sun. She's like the sun to people. We have the Devil coming through as clarifying the Ace of Pentacles. We have Judgment. And then we also have the Five of Cups. And the Knight of Pentacles. Interesting energy coming through. People see her as being genuinely a great, like, intrinsically loving what she does. Some people do certain things, like some people are celebrities because they can get enough people to watch them doing it, and they're very engaging. But I feel like not everyone has to have a love and a great desire for what they do in order to be successful. I feel like some people just naturally can resonate with people in some ways. I feel like with Nicki, she really truly does have an integral love for what she does, and I feel like it also, because of that, she shows people some, like, the darker side of life, or the darker side of the industry, the darker side of reality. And I feel like some people are really disappointed by that because it's not what they wanted to see or hear. But I feel like she's bringing some truths to light, slowly but surely. Something about her being judgment for the industry. Something about her also coming out of a place of, like, I'm hearing dire consequences. Interesting words, like some dire consequences. I don't know if she had to take some time away for a reason or not, if it was just for her children or for her child, or just for herself, for healing, for mental health. There's something about her taking an opportunity to come back out a little bit more because there was something that she needed to present or address. With regards to the Devil energy is coming through real strong here. Why is the Devil energy here? Devil energy, the Hermit. Hidden secrets, knowledge, because when I think of the Hermit, I think of inner truth. Sometimes the Hermit, right, is like typically seen as Virgo energy, and that's about seeing something like integrally, seeing something on an integral level. She sees something for what it is in the industry. What do we have here? We have peace. Peace, unfinished symphony, and thinker. Interesting. The fates. I just get a lackadaisical energy with her, where she sees things that are very deep and very, like, could even be deeply troubling about certain things, right? But she has this inner peace around her that kind of helps her see things from a more separate perspective, like almost like she doesn't quite understand truly how bad it can get because she's protected in some way. That's coming through. And sometimes she takes the isolation, like for instance, if something really bad happens to her friend or someone in the industry, she can't really relate to that person, and that person can't relate to her. So she has a peace about her because she doesn't have to deal with the same shit, but she also can't relate, and that kind of can distance her from some people around her. So it's like almost to where she's like protected, but she's on a hill, like alone. Wouldn't she rather be with the others so that she can help them out? That's kind of the energy I'm getting, is that she wishes she could help some people out, specific people in the industry, out of their situation, but she almost can't relate. So how can she even find you? I'm getting that, and I'm getting goosebumps as I'm saying that. So some unfinished symphony with regards to a situation in the industry with someone, an artist or a partner. Going round and round about this situation and trying to tell them something that they need to do, and they're not doing it. Something like that. She's thinking about this person, and this person's coming into the reading, and it's like the devil energy for her, some toxic energies or maybe past energies that she hasn't let go of or left. I'm hearing reprieve, like she keeps reprieving it or bringing it back up. There's judgment coming onto that situation, and sadness is coming through for that part of the reading. That's a part of how people perceive her. I think some of her people that she knew from the past are coming through, and they didn't even truly know her for who she was. They didn't see her for who she was. And that makes her a little sad, pretty sad here. But she has done a lot of inner searching, like soul searching. So we're getting that energy. Let's look at her archetypes. What were her archetypes in the past? Or not in the past. What are her archetypes for how she's perceived, her persona? What are some archetypes of her persona? We have one that flipped over. Okay, we have a child nature. Communication with nature spirits and friendship with animals. A friend to so many people, queen, and companion. We have those three coming out. So she was seen as radiating the regal feminine, and she was also seen as a warrior. Strength, skill, discipline, toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice, and conquering the ego. What's interesting with these two, right, is that there's always light and dark with all of these cards. So I feel like the dark is coming through as well, because I hear ambivalence. They want me to come from a place of ambivalence, but of like also like seeing both aspects of her exterior, how people see her exterior. Okay, so my camera needed a second there. So I was just going into her attributes, right? We had the warrior. We look at both aspects of it and see that she's also very strong, perceived to be very strong on the outside. Toughness of will, heroism, stoicism. We also can see that there is also an indifference to suffering in some capacity. People see her as being impervious, or of turning a blind eye to the suffering of other people in some way, shape, or form. This could be with people that she's close to, like thinking that she's not truly like a ride or die, or someone who can show up for someone close to her. I'm getting that energy coming through, like someone who retreats when it comes to other people and runs away. I'm getting the energy of like some people seeing her. I'm hearing above reproach. Some people think that she is above reproach, or think that people tend to make her above reproach, that they're giving her an easy way back into the music industry in some way. For some reason, I'm getting the energy of the people that are newer, that didn't grow up with her music, feeling like she has to be introduced again to the industry, and that they feel like she's getting like a pass, but that we don't truly. This is the energy of the person or group of people I'm getting. I'm tapping into someone who thinks like she doesn't bring enough to the industry, bring enough, where she kind of is floating or coasting based off of her past actions and not on her current ones. I'm also getting the queen archetype for her, which is radiating the regal feminine, right? It's using her authority to protect other people, and I'm getting these cards. We have truth be told, that she's a very honest individual, talks the truth, and then goes. So she's the type of person, a lot of people in this group, or a lot of people in the collective energy, a lot of people in her surroundings, they tend to be people, if they don't truly know who she is, they can at least say that she's a very honest person. She's very upfront. She tells you you, if she likes you, she'll let you know if you like, if she feels like you like her. But she also is very clear on when she doesn't feel like she wants to mess with you. If she doesn't want to mess with you, she sees beyond the layers of people and sees way back. So I'm feeling the energy of like, if someone has an issue with her in the community, that person likely doesn't like something. Like if it's a very active person in the community, like a celebrity, they likely don't like her because of something that she said to them. Because I feel like she tried to make peace with them or address something straightforward and to really like let you know. And I'm feeling like she has a significant like Mercury, like whatever her Mercury is very significant in telling of this information. I feel like she's just a very honest person, communicative. She could be a Gemini in Mercury or something like that. I'm just getting the energy of something about her Mercury being important. But I feel like she's very protected and she's almost like a turtle shell, because I'm getting an image of a turtle. Like she will hide away, like energetically her spirit team is protecting her, where she can say the truth and speak her piece and she's out of there. And she doesn't get the repercussions of a situation as strongly as she could have, for sure. Co-create 40 is about stability. So people see her as a stable queen, a stable feminine energy, but they see that she also can become arrogant, because the queen energy in the shadow is someone who becomes arrogant when authority is challenged and they're controlling and demanding. So controlling and demanding energy is coming through. Betrayal of misusing confidences, of leaving people out in the dark. I feel like there's someone specific with her. What is Nicki Minaj's relationship to like P. Diddy, for instance? Because I'm getting the energy of like there being confidences or things that were told to her, and I don't think that she kept that information in. And I'm hearing Sean Combs, so like, yeah, I'm getting the energy of it being passed though, because he used to be called a number of things before he decided on P. Diddy. I feel like he still goes by other things, but I'm getting Sean Combs energy, so that means that it's past energy for P. Diddy for me. Companion, so she was a companion to some, loyal to some, tenacious and resilient with some, but then she was also like faking it with certain people and was aware of some deceptive energies or confidences or secrets that people had. Can you please give me clarity on this card, Spirit? Okay, soulmates. Soulmate card. So she had some karmic soulmates in the industry that they want to talk to us about. Specifically P. Diddy for some reason. Is there anything you'd like to say about him? Okay, chaos and conflict and orphaned. Okay, there's something up with these two. So there's something about chaos and conflict with her and him. Like, she does not get well. She has something karmic with him. Unfinished symphony, it's from a past life. Peace. She needs peace with regards to P. Diddy. But for some reason, he's coming in. He sees her as a queen. He sees her as someone who is in the shadow archetype, though, who's arrogant, and I'm hearing bitchy. He's coming in with that energy. I don't know what they're like. Please let me know in the comments below if they interact and talk about each other. But I'm getting the energy that internally there's a lack of companionship, or like a very unhealthy relationship there, and time's ticking. Something about her needing to steel herself, S-T-E-E-L, like to kind of prepare herself for something, but she's gonna have the upper hand. And I'm hearing citadel, C-I-T-A-D-E-L. Something about her being protected. She's gonna be protected from something that comes out about him. I'm getting that strongly. Okay, I'm getting a lot of words and such, so I'm trying to like narrow it all down or share it all. It's a lot, so please bear with me. You know, as a human, like your mind goes, and it's like you need to like still be able to control and facilitate the messages here. So 1 second. We have poised. So she's going to be poised to go somewhere. 45 and 48 is coming through. So there's a trip that Nicki's going to be headed on very soon, or she's going to be taking a go at like her career path. She's getting poised for something big, so expect that. Let's clear up the energy here. Let's go into current energies. What is Nicki dealing with, facing at this current moment in time? What is Nicki currently feeling and facing? I'm seeing the Queen of Pentacles in my mind's eye, which is The energy of motherhood. I feel like motherhood, generosity is coming through for her. Despite how people may see her as something that's like a relic, for some reason I'm seeing the word relic come through. She has a lot of great principles that people can learn from. I feel like something about her, like people trying to like move her aside. I'm hearing asunder to let something else in. But she's like always starting over and she's always shifting. The shapeshifter archetype comes through in my mind for her. And we have rebel at the bottom there. If you guys, it's hard to see. She's the rebel archetype coming through. So, spirit team, what is Nicki Minaj's current energy? What is Nicki Minaj's current energy? Okay, well, that wanted to come out. Okay, so she's being very direct at this time, but she's being very smart and sly. She's trying to like conjure up something, or it's like she's trying to take everything, some information and intel that she's received, so that she can share it. So expect that coming out. Something about that is coming through. We also have a card that came through, which was the Queen of Wands that flipped over. So she's on top of something. So she's been being very smart and tricky about some information that she has. What is this information? Whoa, okay. Information about a relationship. Okay. She's going to be like cluing some people in on information about a relationship. That Three of Swords, Ten of Cups. Okay. Is this for her? Okay. I'm getting her energy coming through. I think she's already... Interesting. There's someone else in her life, guys. So either it's a really close friend or someone like that. But I'm getting that there's someone else in her mind or in her space. Like love related, okay? I don't even know if she's like talked about this. I doubt it. But I'm getting that there's a relationship that she hasn't been sharing. Did they already separate? Because the energy, even if they didn't legally separate, I'm getting that they emotionally separated. I'm just getting the energy of the Seven of Swords, and it's coming through as a Two of Cups to clarify. That tells me that there's some relationship on the side or something that we're not aware of that we will be aware of soon. Okay, so you guys can expect that. Let's see what else comes through very soon. Chariot, it's coming real fast. Is there anything else you'd like to say about this, Spirit team? Okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune. It's going to be her luck. And it's also karmic fate and karmic destiny for this to happen. I feel like they've been worried about this, staying up at night. I think she's been staying up at night and worrying about the results of telling people this, or the results of moving forward past some like conflict. She expects the conflict. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's keep going. Excuse my voice, guys, if you notice that happening. Allergies are like really getting to me. We have the Eight of Wands coming through. There's going to be a lot of communication coming up. She's going to likely be more out in the open about something. I feel like she's going to be out with regards to PR. There's going to be a lot of opportunity for PR coming up for her. Specifically with regards to either her love life or them asking about her love life, asking about her family, things like that, interviewing her. We have the Five of Wands though. So there's differing opinions, but I feel like people are also competing. And she's going to be very protective as she's sharing some information, but she does have something else going on. And I'm getting that Three of Swords again, guys. Can you tell me anything about this person, Spirit? Who is this person that I'm seeing with this Two of Cups energy with Nicki Minaj? We have Thief. Interesting. This is like the Seven of Swords energy. Why is the Thief here, Spirit? So we have a card that flipped. Coffin. Oh, poverty. Interesting. Interesting. Is this about her current relationship? Okay. So this is about a new relationship. So interesting. I'm hearing the word intel. And I'm hearing courthouse. So Ace of Pentacles and the World. This new person, this new person she should not pursue. So there's going to be someone that comes into her life or has already come into her life that they're trying to talk about. But I feel like they're trying to take advantage of her in some way. Is that correct, Spirit? Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is about being left out in the dark. I feel like she's a really generous spirit, and I almost feel like someone's going to try to take advantage of her. Like spirit, specifically like with her generosity, taking advantage of her in some way. Is this a love interest, Spirit? Is this a love interest for Nicki? This is a love interest. This is the Ten of Cups and the Magician. Manifesting something new with someone is an option with the Seven of Cups. But I feel like this person's going to disappoint her. And she's going to come back to balance and come back into the game. I'm hearing come back into her art, her craft a lot quicker because of that. Like it's going to literally propel her towards doing something more with the rap industry, like with specifically her place in music. But I feel like there's someone here that's not trustworthy. Okay, someone definitely here is not trustworthy. Look at that, guys. There's two knights, right? She wants the Knight of Pentacles probably, and the person's like a Knight of Wands. Okay, they're all about being fast. Yeah, King of Wands. This person could be a fire sign as well. Judgment's going to come to them though. They're going to definitely... I feel like her spirit team is very possessive and very gentle with her. They try to take care of situations for her, and I feel like they're going to take care of her with this person, and she's going to see their true colors very quickly, which is not a good thing. Which is a good thing in the terms of knowing, but I also, it hurts. It definitely hurts. So, okay. What is Nicki Minaj's trajectory, Spirit? What is Nicki's trajectory? Her current trajectory with regards to career. Whoa, okay. We have the Seven of Pentacles for her trajectory for career here. Longevity. We have the Chariot. Interesting. We also have the King of Wands and Judgment. I feel like it's meant for her karmically to address or to be successful. Successful in the sense of longevity, like continuing to be so. So I feel like with the King of Wands energy, that's someone who's entrepreneurial, someone who's focused on their business and their endeavors. The Judgment is usually like about speaking your truth, but also of being open. She's open. A lot of major arcana is coming through for her in this reading. So her trajectory is moving into evaluating her gifts, evaluating her abilities, and of recognizing like how she needs to shape things up or change it up in order to appeal to other people. And I feel like she's always growing and expanding anyway, and she's very like good about beginning things anew. Something about her having like a very like Gemini. I'm just feeling Gemini energy with her, even though this is a Pentacles card, which is Earth energy. She's giving me like Gemini, like how can I plot, like how can I like really get something really fruitful out of the situation with the Chariot. How can I really win and be determined and focus on my masculine energy, because I'm getting the masculine energy coming through again. So what is her trajectory? That Nine of Pentacles keeps coming out. I don't see her with someone long term. I just don't see it. It can happen, but I just don't see it coming through, like coming in the next phase of her cycle, in the next phase of her life. Something about her relationship shifting with this guy that she's with. this her husband. What is her trajectory, Spirit, in love? Okay, we have the High Priestess being very intuitive about it and kind of going with the flow. Page of Cups, allowing her inner child, her inner warrior, like her inner goddess, like the not only her inner child healing, but like allowing herself to flourish and to seize opportunities that approach her, as well as giving, I'm hearing lending hand, giving lending a hand to other people. So she's a very, like, she's going to be in the next, I feel like, couple of months, she's going to be very direct and very real about love. Maybe not like outwardly with you guys, like with us, talking to us in interviews or talking to someone about it in interviews, but I feel like she's going to be very direct with her love life. More so like how she approaches her love life. She's going to be very direct, very clear, very communicative with people going forward, because I feel like she wants to make sure her family life is in order, and she would rather focus on her family but also have a separate understanding of the world or identity in a relationship. So I don't know how she's going to combine, or like if she will decide to ever combine the two, but I feel like she's being very strict, very focused on making sure that she gets to express herself in any relationship, but then also hold into like protect her relationship with her family or with her son, keeping them as distinct as possible. She also is kind of evaluating and deliberating on family itself and how she sees it, and she wants to head into like a new energy with regards to how her family comes together. Getting the 8 of Pentacles, like her work life. She's kind of like ready to address what she's I'm hearing like abandoned. She feels like she abandoned some aspect of her career and she wants to get back into it. Okay. Yeah, Ace of Swords came through. So I feel like that's Spirit telling me that's what we're supposed to be talking about right now. The Tower. Some tower is going to fall for her very soon. She's going to be on some interesting trajectory, and the number 56 came to mind. I'm feeling these cards. So there's something about something hidden coming to the forefront before the stuff that you may not have even thought about asking. Something about that, like, because these cards do not flip over, but I feel like they should be first. And that's the 6 of Pentacles, Balance, 2 of Cups, and 4 of Wands. Whoa, so something's gonna come out of nowhere for Nicki with regards to love. Like literally out of nowhere, someone's gonna like literally like, it's gonna feel like a hit on the head. Like she's gonna fall in love with somebody crazy, and like this person is gonna be karmically like her balance. Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups. She's gonna have a lot of love for them, a lot of healing with regards to them. She's gonna have a lot of peace with them, and she's gonna be moving forward towards another child likely. It feels like she's gonna probably like have some reservations surrounding having another child, but I feel as though she's gonna see it as an option, and Justice is at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like there's gonna be karmic balance with this person. There's someone else that's coming after this small relationship, or this next relationship that she has with this person who was not in the right energy. I feel like she's going to move forward, and then she's going to focus on her craft, because career is coming up first before she meets the right person. And this person's going to be like, it's going to feel like it came out of nowhere. Wow. Healing messages, Spirit. What healing messages do you have? What healing messages do you have so far for Nicki? So I want you guys to just know that my camera is just not able to do longer messages, and I have to respect what I have in this moment in time. I think financially things will improve, but for now, I'm going to go only as deep as I can with what I have, and so that I can ensure that, you know, that I can still run this channel. I just have to be realistic. I will definitely go into depth in other readings, but that would require multiple parts, which requires more editing. So just keeping that in mind, editing takes a lot more time. So what healing messages do we have for Nicki Minaj? Thank you guys so much for being here. What messages do we have? Healing messages for Nicki at this time in her career path, specifically career. Healing messages in career. Wow. So I'm hearing outshine. People try to outshine her. We're getting 3 healing messages for that though. With regards to outshining her with her career path, we have new beginnings. She's going to be making a new beginning. This has been the message throughout this reading. Discernment on how to do that and how to operate. And we have growth. So her focus is on her growth. We also had a few cards that also came through that fell. So let me go get those as well. Let's see. So we had emotional release come through. Wow, truth. And we also had joy. Wow. So, okay. So Nicki is going through just a number of things with her career path. So we already mentioned growth coming through, discerning the people that she's around as well, because I feel like discernment of people has been consistent, but now she's understanding from a new place, I'm hearing a new era, a new age, understanding from this point on, the people that she will trust, the people that she'll let around her. There's an energy of her saying, I'm going to be going into the new all the time. Just because you knew me then doesn't mean you know me now. Just because you knew me back in the day doesn't mean that I'm the same person that you knew then. So it's like releasing the people in the past, releasing the emotions of the past, releasing the pain of the past with regards to certain energies that she had to combat, recognizing the truth and discerning people and who they are truly on a really like an I'm hearing energy and energetic, so just energetic level, seeing people for who they are and not for what they say, because it seems like I'm seeing the number 1, 2, 3 a lot, so it's like a sequential number or a sequential thing coming through where it's like she's seen people that acted one way towards her, and now she's recognizing, hey, this person actually is showing their true colors when I give them the time to show their colors. Does that make sense? She's not letting herself kind of get focused and set on something about a person. She's letting the truth of the situation come to her. The truth of who they are come to her in time. So the truth of situations, and also acknowledging there's aspects of the past that come through with this card, and it's about letting go of disappointments of the past. It's like 5 of Cups energy coming through, and joy. Beautiful. So being able to really express her joy and to have at the bottom of the deck that sacred space for that joy. Okay. All right, so her healing message and career was this. Let's look into her love. What is her healing message for love, Spirit? What is Nicki's healing message in regards to love? Healing message for love. Okay. Wow. So I see 3 cards coming through. We already have letting go of the past. And I'm hearing letting go of objectivity, like feeling like someone was the end all be all, that there's good and evil in every situation, like understanding the good, the bad, and the ugly, and then also recognizing when it's time to move away and depart from something. We also have duality. You see how these 2 cards both have the birds? I'm feeling that energy of like her recognizing a person in particular that she recognizes and sees for who they are now more than ever. But with duality, it's about not seeing just one aspect, seeing another. I'm hearing a multi-layered approach to seeing a person. I feel like she's talking about, this is about her husband currently. Something about her seeing something from a new layer, okay? Seeing him on a new level. And I'm seeing also masculine energy, but sideways come through as her healing message. Look at this, guys. This is all about a partner, because for love, if you have masculine energy, duality, and letting go, it's telling me that you're letting go of some understanding that you had of them in the past, and of holding on to an image of a person that you knew in the past. So let's get into a situation. Is there any other things you'd like to share? We have coffin. Yeah, definitely about the end of something, guys, in love for Nicki. And I'm getting the word orange coming through across my line of sight. I feel like he's either going to jail, because I feel like I'm thinking of like those jumpsuits. Something's happening between the two of them that breaks them up. So we have courtship. Is there anything else to clarify this energy for the healing message, Spirit? And we have mature woman. Yeah, mature. Like her being out without him, not having him, thinking about him, becoming mature on her path. Something about her distancing herself from him in some form or fashion, letting go of him, letting go of some like tether that she had to him. Bottom of the deck is psychic development. I feel like she's not in alignment with him anymore. We have slow but steady and sexual energy. I feel like she's moving and kind of developing beyond the interests that she had in the past towards him. And she's seeing the signs. And I feel like she's not ready for something that he wants to do as well. I feel like she's also recognizing that she sees a game. She sees the game as it is. I'm hearing the game as it's played. So she's not willing to play that game. Okay, so I'm gonna end it here. We're gonna continue if there's anything else to talk about, but I always want to be honest and upfront with time, and my camera's about to die. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Doing so will help other people see this video and my content. If you're interested in more exclusive content, me going in depth on things, I will do that with members only. But I wanted to just get this message out for you guys and upload it. But until next time, I'll see you soon. Bye.